This is Brother Teacher with another question for the audience that's watching. Some people want to know and have asked me, is it possible to learn karate, kung fu, judo, jiu-jitsu, or any other martial arts style or system from videos and from books? My short answer is yes. My long answer is no. So, am I contradicting myself? Not at all. And let me explain to you why. Let's understand this. We live in a world composed of all types of individuals who come from all types of backgrounds, who are of all types of personalities and character traits, and who have different types of emotional situations going on with them as individuals. All of these factors play a part in learning martial arts. Your capacity to learn has a great deal of impact on how well you fare as a student of martial arts, be it from a book, a video, or from an actual instructor. So if you're someone who does not have a sense of comprehension or comprehensive skills as such, you may find it very difficult to learn from a video or a book. But if you have enough common sense, and if you know how to pay attention to details, and if you go and look at something thoroughly and even repeat it over and over, chances of you learning from a video and a book is going to be much better. So everyone can't learn from a book and or a video, but many people still can learn from a book or a video, providing that you have the capacity again to learn in that way. There are some people that have to have an individual stand before them and guide them and instruct them and show them proper stance, position, breathing, and techniques and applications and so forth. You have to have that person in front of you. Now, I'm not saying that everyone that reads a book or watches a video is going to become some sort of prodigy or even be a prodigy of some sort, even though they do exist in our society. But as I said before, you can learn from a book and a video, but you must remember it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for you in that you've never actually experienced the martial experience in front of a real person. It's not to take anything away from the instructors. You know, the fact that you want to learn from a book or a video, oftentimes we don't take into consideration that everyone does not have the means to pay for a traditional martial arts class at a school. They just simply don't. In today's society, we still have the poor. We still have the working poor. We even have some middle class individuals that can't afford martial arts classes. They just simply can't. So what are those people to do? Instructors? Do they just say, I just give up, I just won't learn martial arts? If videos and books had no place as far as a learning tool, then why do they exist in the first place? I have seen and experienced martial arts instructional manuals and books and magazines since the 60s and the 70s. So they've been making instructional books on martial arts, as they have anything else on cooking and what have you, since at least the 60s. And I'm a 60s baby. So why were those instructors making books? They wanted to promote their art. They had instructions in it how to do this particular technique and that particular technique and so forth. Go figure. So it's been around for quite some time. Now, as a result of the internet, YouTube and so forth, now you see more instructional videos on martial arts, and you have guys, some of them give you clear instructions, some of them give you just a general idea of how to do certain techniques and so forth. And they leave a website, or they leave their school address if you happen to be in that area or traveling to that area, that maybe you can have the one-on-one with an actual instructor of that particular art. But videos are still done in an instructional way, and I've done them myself because I know that I can't reach the masses, and I know masses meaning personally I can't, and I know that when you teach in such a concise and explicit and very simplistic way, even a very young or small child can comprehend those things. And I've always prided myself on how I instruct, and I speak pretty clear English when I'm instructing, from beginners to intermediate, advanced, and even black belt ranks. Howbeit, there are some people who still just won't get it and can't get it for some personal issues, or maybe some physiological reasons. The question, again, before I close, is can you learn martial arts, karate, or anything else, or self-defense even, from a video or a book? The answer is yes, but it depends solely on you, the person, and your capacity to learn, your own skill set that you possess when you begin that journey. But I would advise anyone that's learning from a video or that's learning from a book, let's say Taekwondo, let's use that for an example. If you're learning this particular art from a book and from a video, continue to cross-reference other instructors in that same particular art. Look at their books, look at their videos, and make a comparison. And then, at some point in time, try to go to some karate tournaments, some Taekwondo tournaments, and look at the actual art. And try to hook up with an instructor of Taekwondo and see if they will give you some of their time, and say maybe 30 minutes or so, and say, well, I have not been able to afford traditional martial arts classes, and I've been learning from a video and so on and so forth. Would you show me if this technique or these techniques are correct? And that person, if it's a decent instructor, 9 times out of 10, they will tell you or they will help you, if they're not just simply about money. And sometimes that same instructor may just allow you to become a student with little to no money because of your zeal to learn the arts. I've seen it happen, and I've done it myself. So, instructors, I'm saying this to you, and this is a word of admonishment. Not everyone can afford $100, $200 a month per person in a martial arts program. And I've dealt with inner city children for many, many years, poor families, and people who were struggling and so forth. But does that mean that that person should be denied learning something that's going to help them for the rest of their lives? No, it's not all about the money. Here's where the Samaritan comes in. Here's where the humanitarian comes in. That aspect of our martial arts culture. Befriending society and understanding that you are a tool, you are an instrument, you are a guide, you are a sage, you are that person that people look up to. So stop just looking at everything simply for $1. I'm not saying give out your style or your system, to everyone that walks in the door, but I'm just saying sometimes there are some exceptions. But you have to have the wisdom to know the difference. This is Brother Teacher. I'm out.